Hello. So today I'm going to demonstrate iSCSI connection, and I'm going to host iSCSI connection from one Linux host to another Cent OS, which is going to act as a client and consume the resources from the target. So let's check out the present state. If you'll see, we have only two disks, uh, disk A on which my operating system is installed, and disk B, which is additional 10 GB, which we are going to use for our testing in for this iSCSI connection. And another is our client side. At present, we can see we have only disk A. We don't have any disk B over here. So let's perform the installation, and we'll make our target ready so that it can deliver the resources needed for the client to host its own data. In order to have the iSCSI connection, we are going to use the target utility. So command is yum install -y target, and it will install all its necessary components. We need target CLI to perform or create the iSCSI disk so that it can be utilized by the client. So once the target CLI has been installed, then we'll utilize our volume which we have connected to the target F disk, our disk B we are going to use. So first we'll create a PV. So we have created a PV out of that additional disk. We'll create the VG on. This is check the status. We have two VGs, Centos OS, on which the operating system is installed. Another one is the VG0, which is an additional disk, is acting as a PV in this particular VG. So now we'll create the LV. So we'll check the LV. We have created the LV out on the top of that particular VG of size 9 terabyte. Now we'll utilize our application which we have installed, target CLI, to create iSCSI disk to deliver this new logical volume which we have created to our client. In order to perform these steps, first we have to create the blocks. We'll go in backstore, then blocks, and then we'll create a block 1, which is going to be /dev /vg0 and lv0. Once this is done, we'll go back to the root. We'll again run ls. We can see that the block has been created, block 1. Now we'll create the iSCSI. So we'll go iSCSI. We'll create iSCSI in this one. we'll just install the iSCSI over there, and in the client. So just there's a format mistake which I was making in the source side. So I'll just copy it and perform the necessary correction in this one. I'll just post all this. This is going to be my disk, and I can give any random name over there. I'll mention ixt65, and that's it. So I can go again, validate. I have created the block. Here is our iSCSI connection. Now we have to specify ACL. ACL is the one like which is who is going to consume our resources. So a client consume the resources from the target. So we are going to specify this as a ACL, and now again if I go back, now I see like this is my ACL, this is going to be my client, this is my disk target, and this is my disk which is going to get consumed from the client side, which is VG0 LV0. And now we just need to create the portal. I'll just delete this default one and three two six zero. I'll delete and I'll create the new one, which is going to be my 162 192 168 159 and 109. 192 158 168 59 1 dot 109. So if I'll come back and validate the portal, I can see this is going to be our portal. So once this is done, we can save the config and exit from here. So at present, if we go and just validate our configuration over here, this is our LV0, which is going to be created, hosted to this particular client and through this particular IP, which is going to act as a portal. Okay, fine. Now we'll just restart our services after this. Once this is done, now our target is ready. We are going to host this particular LV, but and we need to allow from the firewall. Check the firewall, it is right now working. So I'm just going to add this particular firewall port. Likewise, same port I'll add on the client side as well in advance, since it is going to consume this services, like going to have the iSCSI port, and we have already installed the iSCSI utility in our client to have the connection of with the target. Okay, I'll enable it as well. Now the services are enabled iSCSI, so I'll just try to get the iSCSI connection. Portal is going to be 192.168.59.109. I'll just confirm whether 32560 is accessible or not. No, this is not reachable. That's the reason I was getting this error. I'll just turn off the firewall right now on the target and on the client. I'll try to have the connection. Yeah, it is connected. Then it was a firewall issue. It's not the reachability issue. So route was fine. It's a firewall which was creating an access. Let's disable it for the testing right now, and I will add this particular new iSCSI disk which we have created. Target is going to be this disk which we have created. And it is going to be accessed from this particular portal. the login. So it is connected. If right now I'll check the F disk, I can see the session is logged in. And the reason why it is not hosted is I haven't created any LUN. I have to create a LUN on the top of this device. I'll restart the services and then I'll try to discover this and I'll validate on rediscovering. Yes, now it is visible. And I'll log out and log in again and validate. Yes, now it appeared. So in this session we did the troubleshooting and we have the connection as well. Now we'll utilize this disk as well to host some data. We'll create the partition, new partition, primary, we'll go with the default option and we'll write it, we'll format it with ext4. Before we formatting, we'll just check the information on this one. Now we can format this one. Okay, fs.ext4, we'll format it and we'll create a mount point T1. We'll mount this one disk and now if we'll check, this is mounted and check the fdisk status, we have STP and this is coming from the iSCSI host which is our target and this is our initial status. So initially we were not having any of the disk in the host and this is coming, we were not having any STB and now we have the connection from iSCSI. Let's write some data in this one. Let's take 500 MB. Block size is going to be 1 M, and we are going to write 512 bytes, megabytes. Let's wait. Forward this section because we are waiting for data to be written on iSCSI disk. Yeah, now if we check, this data is written to iSCSI disk, which has been sent from the target. And if we go in target CLI, we can check the sessions that we have. From the client, which is normal right now, and we are accessing this particular disk from there. So in order to disconnect our disk, what we have to do is we have to simply log out, and it is in use because I have mounted it, so that's why it is giving me an error. Let's unmount. And now it has logged out successfully. So this is the entire session on like how we do utilize iSCSI from one host to another. And now this target, which was a client, in if we'll see in enterprise storage, like it does the same task but much more proficient way, and this is what we'll see in the future. Thank you.